Ms. Tlaib.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got to tell you, and through the chairman, I hope this is okay. This stuff freaks me out. I'm a little freaked out by facial recognition, Mr. Chairman. I hope that's okay. I can say that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you. My residents in Michigan's 13th congressional district have been subjected to increased surveillance and over-policing for decades. Currently, the city of Detroit rolled out a real-time video surveillance program called the Project Greenlight in 2016 to monitor crime at late-night businesses like gas stations and liquor stores. But now the system has expanded to over 500 locations, including parks, churches, schools, women's clinics, addiction treatment centers, and now public housing buildings. Without notice or public comments from residents, the Detroit Police Department added facial recognition technology to the Project Greenlight, which means Detroit Police Department has the ability to locate anyone who has a Michigan driver's license or an arrest record in real time using video cameras mounted across the city in a database of over 50 million photos. In January 2019, reports emerged that FBI had begun a piloting use of Amazon Recognition, Amazon's controversial software that can match faces in real-time video. Similar to Project Greenlight, Recognition, like real-time facial surveillance programs, has dangerous high error rates for women of color as compared to white males. In the 13th congressional district, residents will be disproportionately bear the harms of facial recognition misidentification. So, Ms. Del Greco, what policies does the FBI have in place regarding the use of real-time facial recognition technology? I heard claims that you all are not using it, but there is a pilot program, correct?
No, there is not. For the Amazon recognition software, to the best of my knowledge, and verified before I came today, the FBI does not have a contract with Amazon for their recognition software. We do not perform real-time surveillance.
Through the chair, if I may, if you can produce that documentation and that information to our committee, I would really greatly appreciate that.
We will do so.
Now, can you explain how the FBI, so the FBI is not currently using Amazon Recognition at all?
We are not.
Good. So in March 2017, NIST released a report on accuracy of facial recognition systems when applied to individuals captured in real-time video footage. The report found significantly higher error rates for real-time use of recognition with accuracy rates as low as 60%. So Dr. Romaine, do you think that the use of real-time facial recognition technology is ready for law enforcement usage?
That's a judgment that NIST is not prepared to make. That's a policy judgment that should be predicated on the best available scientific data, which is our position.
Well, what does your scientific data say?
The scientific data verifies that that facial recognition accuracy is highly dependent on image quality and on the presence of injuries. Both of those things can affect the ability to have.
So is there any viable solution to improving the real-time capabilities? You say
I can't predict how accurate the systems will be in the future as they continue to develop. Currently, systems that use facial images that are not in profile or that are not straight on, like mugshot images, or facial images that are indistinct or blurred have a much lower ability to match.
Dr. Goodwin, do you have any information about the inaccuracies? And I know that you all had several recommendations, but can you talk a little bit more about my, question in regards to, like, is this fixable?
So in regards to your question about the Amazon recognition technology, that was not something that we looked at for the purposes of our report, so I won't be able to speak to that.
But in regards to right now the usage of facial recognition and accuracy, you all had like 6 recommendations about transparency and so forth. But I was just talking to some of my colleagues, like, how do you fix something like this where you dump so many innocent people into a database? I mean, the numbers are, I heard 411 million. I think I heard from you 600 million people are now in this database that is being used for criminal justice purposes, which I'm not sure what's the definition of that.
So kind of start at a little bit at the beginning. So for the NGI IPS, there are 36 million photos in the criminal part of that. There are 21 million photos for the civil part of that. And then as you look across all of the searchable databases or repositories that FACE has access to, that's over 600 million. So that's what I was talking about earlier. The recommendations that we made, those 3 recommendations that we made related to accuracy, we feel like, you know, this would go a long way into helping DOJ better better ensure that the data that they're collecting, the way they're using the information, that that's accurate. As of yet, as you've heard, DOJ has yet to close those recommendations, and we will work very closely with them to get those closed, because the issues around privacy and accuracy are very important, and they're vitally important when you're talking about using this technology.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, through you, if it's possible, this is very important to my district and to others, if we can get some follow-up and confirmation that indeed the current administration does not have any pilot program going on with the Amazon recognition program.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tlaib. What we will do, I don't know if you heard me earlier, we're going to bring folks back in 6 weeks to 2 months, somewhere in that area. And I'm hoping that before then they will have those questions resolved. But definitely we will